Okay, so just to put it into perspective, this is the wing that we started with, that we're going to start with. And this one here I think has had a repair done on the front. It's hard to know what the paint depth is because it's varies from 80, 90 up to 300. And you know, older cars, the paintwork was iffy, but there's quite a big difference between the two sides as well, and I assume that's where repairs have been done. So let's just start off from, what we're going to do is we can start off from here. We'll work our way around, and you'll see the paint depth gauge. It is a fair video. It takes a little while to get done, but just as a recap, so that you sort of know what you're looking out for. This has been repaired up here. This here has had a this here possibly may have been resprayed. If you can find out what the paint depth was originally, or roughly what it should be, might be good, but there's quite a variation between the two. We then got onto the back. The back is okay. There's no repair work. Everything looks quite good. The roof again is around 100, which is probably around where this would sit. You know, maybe 100, 150, but it's hard to tell. Then down the back, the bonnet, the boot. The boot is, the front is much lower paint depth than the back here, and then it's sort of lower here. Now down here, we had a measurement along the back here, and that was quite low, around the hundreds. So that might be okay. So it doesn't look like it's maybe had it might not have been hit at the back, but then this wing here has definitely had a repair done. And so if we have a look at that down through here, the back end of it is okay, but then when you come to here, there's been a substantial repair here, and then down here there is a lot of filler. So it's a lot. My gauge actually disappears, and you'll see that in the report. It disappears down here, and once you get down to the underside here, it doesn't register anything. And what we've done is we've put a magnet on the bottom. Actually, let me just grab my magnet and I'll show you. Let's do the use the shiny one, shall we? So you can see in the video, you'll hear me talking about the magnet sticks. So it sticks there, that's perfectly fine, and it's quite a strong attraction. Down here, that's okay, but you can see up here it's quite hard to pull it off. Here, it doesn't take me much to pull it off at all. Then down here, it gets a little bit better here, but then down here, then I can't get it to stick at all. So whether there is metal or just filler in there, I'm not sure. Now that, if we try it, that does it all the way along there. So doesn't stick, doesn't stick, doesn't stick, doesn't stick. Now at the very top of that, so it does stick right at the very top, and then it will stick underneath, sort of lightly. Actually no, that's not too bad, but there doesn't stick at all. It does stick on the other side, and that does it. So it sticks there okay, and then it gets lighter and lighter, and then won't stick there. So that repair, if I can just put that into perspective, goes to there, the front of the quarter window of the driver, the passenger. So on the other side it's fine. So then the door has been possibly has some overspray or been blended, as they say, down at the back, because it's higher at the back than the front. And just on the inside of here, just picking up here, there is what potentially was overspray, and you can also see here that there is a, I don't know if someone's tried to spray it or it's just where the paint is not quite right. There's obviously some spray in there. So whether that's could be a weak point in there maybe. So just obviously it's been hit. Now this door may have been replaced. Oh, that's the door catches sticking. There we go. So I'm going to put the paint depth gauge down on the inside now and check the inside. This wing doesn't seem to be too bad. May have had a respray as well. Depends on the original of what it was. So anyway, there's the bonnet as well. Hard to tell. It's got a sticker over the top. That is what it is. So there you go. So what we'll do is we'll measure on the inside and we'll see what the inside spray's like, and we'll go from there. This is my this is my paint depth tool. Let me just explain how this works. There is a colour involved in here, and you'll notice when I test this, it will tell me that there's a variety of different things going on based upon the depth of the paint. Now, classic cars, it's very hard to tell what the depth should have been. You know, it's something a lot of them were hand painted, so it's, you know, the depth might vary across the vehicle. But what we're looking for is something quite deep. So just excuse the green part for the moment. Let's just work through this vehicle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just talk through what we are doing and what I'm testing, just so you've got an idea as to what's happening with this body. So let's start at the front right here. We've got 283, 580, 546. This is on the front, just above the wheel. We've got 1,000. So there's obviously some repair done in this front wing here. 1,000. Just moving back just behind the wheel. And then just before we get to the door on that front wing, 200, 200, 258, 200. So typical paint today, you'd see it at around 60. You might see this sort of paint 100 to 200, you know, from normal. So it might be that 200 isn't a thin layer of putty, it's just a spray. But let's go on to the door here. So top of the door at the front, 179, 156, 100. That's what I'd more expect to see. This is quite inconsistent though. 167, 163, 139. It's probably more like it, but, you know, I'd expect to see on the door skin. 185, 170. I'm just curious as to what the door's like on the inside. Yeah, so the inside of the paint is 140. So potentially the outside's been sprayed. Just on the inside of the door on the B pillar in the 40s. That's where I would sort of expect to see the inside part. On the bottom of the door sill, 138, 130. So potentially it's been sprayed at the bottom here. Right at the very front of the door on the A pillar, 190, and then just up further at the top of where the door closes, 150. I can't get in at the top because there's trim around the top of the door frame. So looks like that it might have had some paint done. So let's just do the rear wing. 264, 240, 150, 270, like somewhere around the... Be worth getting someone to find out what the paint depth would have been from factory. 300. It is entirely possible that this is at a restoration. And 190, 200. So it's quite consistent all the way through that wing. So this is on the rear of the wing now, or the rear quarter panel, whatever you want to call it. 222, 218 on top of the wing with the dust. 180, 217. So original paint could be around right at the very back at the corner on top of the quarter panel. 276, 380. Alright, let's do the roof. 128 with the dust, 90, 140, 137, 100. Yeah, this is probably where 300. I'll just get rid of the dust. That's better. 171. Yeah, sometimes it goes through the dust, sometimes it doesn't. 173. It's good. That was on the right hand side of the roof. Let's do the left hand side of the roof. 122. 122. 150. 130. The roofs don't tend to get sprayed as much, but it's covered in dust, so it's hard to see what the paint is underneath of it. But that might be, about 130 might be what the original paint would have been. Alright, let's have a look in. Let's have a look in the top of the boot lid. So boot lid, 245, this is just going straight across the back. 275, 300. So this is further towards the front of the boot lid. 200, 200, 200, and at the back it's 280. It's a bit thicker at the back, possibly a thin layer of putty according to this, but if the front's 200 and that's the depth of the paint, it's not going to be putty. Alright, let's go across the back of the boot lid. 100, 300, 200, 300, 100. So potentially there might be a bit of repair in there. Pick up just underneath, right at the very back of the car. 98, 100, 130. This is just above the bumper I'm going now. 120, 150 on the right hand side. 200, 130, 100, 100, that's on the left hand side of it now, so it sort of goes up as you go to the right hand side a bit. Alrighty, just wondering what is it on the inside. It's got, it's going to show bad because it's got sort of insulation paint, you know, sort of on the back here. That's on the right hand side of the inside of the wing. 73, 92, 57, 90, 54. That's all about what I'd expect to see on the inside. That was at the rear of the boot. That was say bumper bars on the other side. Always got this rough sort of soundproofing on the back here. Let's see if I can. Around the fuel tank is 40. It's interesting. So around the fuel tank is 40. Wheel arches 75. 70, 60, that's the left hand wheel arch. Right hand wheel arch, sorry it's just gone sideways, let's put it back up to landscape. The other side, 50, 51, 90, there's a bit of a corner there, 70, no, don't like how that sits, 100, 50, that was on the corner, that one that was slightly higher, 50, so it looks like that could be the original paint on the inside of this. Alrighty, let's go down the wing on the, or the rear quarter panel on the left hand side. So 262, starting at the back, 150, 270, 155, 190, I'm just working top, bottom, 170. So just go around the, so this is just around the fuel cap. Inside it was potentially normal, so 270 could be, you know, 200 could be a normal. But then as we come nearer the front, we've got 196, 260, 271, 243. This is all very similar. And then just in front of the left wheel, about knee height, if I go towards the car, you can see we've got a there is definitely putty in there. There's definitely something in there. So it's had a knock or a spray. Go down towards the bottom. So there's filler down near the bottom as well. And then it disappears around the corner. That's interesting. So I'm actually probes on the bottom, just in front of the wheel. Oh, there we go. So this will go up to 3000 as a measurement. 1400 to 2200, then it just disappears. That's under the rear of the car. Same again, it's not there. That's interesting. Alrighty. So there's been a knock, and just wondering if my magnet will stick on it. Just know that you can't see that, but we'll put a magnet on it. Let's see. So magnet sticks on the top, sticks on the side where there is some putty. Then it doesn't stick as nicely. Still sticking, so there is metal underneath there. And then as we go down towards where we lose, where there's nothing, there's nothing. So the metal, there is a potentially there's a hole there that's being repaired. So around where it disappears at the bottom of the wing, in front of the wheel, or the bottom of the quarter panel, in front of the wheel, it doesn't stick at all. So there has been a repair here, and just underneath the corner of the left-hand door now, it doesn't stick at all. It sticks right at the very top of the seal, and then it stops sticking. So it sticks at the bottom, sticks at the very top. It's nothing. And that's all the way along, midway through with the magnet now, I'm midway through the seal. Oh, there you go. So the seal is okay near the front of the door. Quarter of the way, third of the way along the door. No, halfway along the door, it then stops. So we've got nothing underneath the door seal. So fair amount of filler that's gone into the underside of this door seal. It's interesting. Okay, so let's carry on with that. So let's come on to the door. So there's been a repair on the back side of this. Top of the door, midway of the door, about level to where the repair is on the rear wing. Then we've got some again, 130, 100. So we're working towards the front of the door, now. 70, 90. See, around the hundreds could be where we could be before a spray, but then it's quite inconsistent. Then it's back up to 200-300s. All right, let's go to the wing. 200, 150, 130. That could be more normal. 170, 150, 150. So just above the wheel, just in front of the wheel. 130, 115, 100, 150. All right, that's the front of the wing as well. So yeah, it definitely had a repair on the left-hand side and under the door seal as well. Yeah, you can see the figures are there. So I will upload this and let you know. Just going to check on the left-hand side. Left-hand side, same with the magnet. So on the left-hand side under the door seal as well, that's okay, it sticks. Just having a look at this. That sticks. Yeah. So the other side, see, the magnet does stick on it. That's normal. and it still sticks on the back as well. So yeah, so that left hand side has definitely had a repair, and the left front here is, and the magnet's not sticking on it, so there may or may not be metal, or it might just be very, very deep filler, which isn't ideal. All right, I hope this helps, and I hope this helps, and if you've got any other questions, just let us know. Okay, so we've done the engine compartment, and that's all quite low, which it's about 60, would indicate that it's probably original. And just coming onto the door side here now, so the left hand side where we've had repair work done. Let's just see if we've got, let's see what we've got down here. So at the top and on the inside of the door sill, so above where disappears, it's 80. You can see it, so that's on the, this is on the outside now, gets deeper and deeper, and it just disappears. So okay, so on the inside we've got 45, it's quite low as well, 71, we don't have a back door, so we're going to go all the way around. Let's do the pillar at the back here. So this is in the door jamb on the B pillar, 77, 79, and just before we go on, let's just have a bit of a, see if there's any filler in the door jamb, in the, it gets deeper just near the corner at the bottom, but that's not necessarily bad. It's on the corner, it's hard to measure a corner. So right in the very corner, as I go round, it's probably not going to be an accurate one because I can't get on the flat, but right in the very corner where the door goes, potentially there is, it gets quite high there, it looks quite rough, so potentially in the very corner of the door might have a bit of filler in there as well. Hard to tell what will be original or not. I'll have a look on the other side when we get down to it. So 357, so down in the corner might have had a bit of fill work done. That's where the repair work is anyway, down in the corner. Okay, let's go to the boot. So up in the top lip, 137. So down at the back at the rear, 46, which should be about original. In the wheel well at the very back, we're going to have, it's on a corner, let's not put it on a corner, there we go, so that's on a flat, that's better, 60, tyres flat, very back middle, back and to the left, so on the right now, as you get further to the back, bit of wheel well's a bit deeper here, might be in the crease of it, but no, might have, it's a lot thicker there, so that's there, it's a lot thicker there. On the right hand side, 70, and then on the top here at the back, I think that's about the same as the other side. Alright, in the door jambs, so go back to the front here, much lower than the door jambs over this side. Let's find out down on that corner, see what that corner's like. 95, 150, 127, 150. That corner might be repaired over in the on the other side as well. So we're in the 90s down in the corner where down in the corner there. Let's go all the way around. Can't get at the top. We'll take an extra reading at the top of the door jamb. On the front of the door now. There we go. And then along the bottom, let's just see what we got. 60. So that's on the side. Then on top of the seal, 120, 130. So it's quite a. And then as we come round, what is the bottom? So as we go round down the bottom, 160, 160. Yeah. So it's not disappearing like it is on the other side. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's the inside between the two. Let's have a look. So if we save this now, let's just have a look at the comparison on the. So we don't have a direct comparison of colours of this is good and bad. But if we go down to the end of the report here, you can see. Let's go down to the external left fender. So the left rear fender, right rear fender. So we've got similar sort of ones. Left front fender, right front fender, all around 200. Left pillar is 100. Left and right, right front fender is much higher than the left front fender. You can see that there. And the rest are around 200-ish. 100 on the hood, the roof, and then the trunk is got a few high ones there on the trunk as well. It's that left rear fender that has the issues. So let's have a look on the. What we want to do is just have a look at the comparisons. So here's the comparisons here. Left front fender, right front fender. You can see that the right fender has got much higher paintwork, 500, 268. So it's had a repair on the front there. The left door and the right door are fairly similar-ish, but the left door's got a bit of repair. Left door's got a bit of a repair, but they sort of interchange a little bit. You see there's a big difference there on the left door. That's that repair. Near the back, left pillar, right pillar, very similar between the two. And then you've got the left and the rear fender, and you can see that it's big differences. So it has been repaired on the back there, and obviously, you know, whatever's happened to the seal underneath, it's just not reading anything. So yeah, there you go. Internals. So the right side and the left side on the internal. Yeah, you can see that the left hand side has had a bit of a repair as well. So yeah, this vehicle has had some repair done for some reason, and to hit the door seal and the rear fender, to not being able to read anything, it's probably a substantial hit. But yeah, whether there's metal underneath or not, we don't know. I can't read it, and the magnet's certainly not sticking. So yeah, there you go. All right, that's the report there. It's very clean and tidy in here. This is the inside. Blacks are never easy to see, but very clean and tidy. Door panels. There you go. go. And it does crank over this as well, so let me just show you that as well. So here we go, this is the dash. If I turn the key, so make it so you can see it, that's the first stage I think, and then push it almost to ignition, and lights come on, and then if I crank it, so you can hear it is cranking over. So turning over is a good start. Let me just see if I can crank it while you can see the engine turning. So there you go, it is turning. So it's not seized, and I don't know if there's fuel in it, or if the fuel is probably even any good. The float might be stuck on the carburetor, etc, etc. So obviously potentially a bit of work to get it going, and I am jumping this of course because there's no voltage in the battery. Just give you a view of the other side. There you go, there's the Pacer down the carpets. Alrighty, alright, I'm going to have a look underneath this and have a look around and see what we've got.